Hi, my name is Greg Turner, and I'm a basketball, television, radio analyst who's been in the profession for nearly 10 years. Currently, I'm the lead analyst on all Ohio Valley Conference basketball telecasts. In the past, I've also worked on Missouri Valley Conference and Southeastern Conference basketball packages as seen on Fox Sports Chicago, Fox Sports Midwest, and Fox Sports South. Enclosed, you will find a bio and a photograph. To follow on this tape, you will see actual footage of stand-ups, game analysis, coaches' interviews, and a halftime segment I created entitled Inside the Gym. Thanks for taking the time out to watch. I hope you'll enjoy what you see and hear, and I hope to be working for your network next season. Thank you.
Greg, how do you see this matchup?
Well, I think, Dave, both teams are in the positions that they are for two factors. One, the marquee players are playing well, and two, I think the tough non-conference schedule that both teams subjected themselves to is really paying off in conference time.
Now, this was supposed to be a rebuilding year for Murray State. They've only got one senior on the Racer roster, but he's important, forward Isaac Spencer.
And that's right, he's back, just like a W-2 tax form. Isaac Spencer, one more year. He's trying to become only the second player in Murray State's illustrious history to amass 2,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. Take a look at his numbers there, 20 points a game, 4th in the OVC, 30th in the nation, 6.9 rebounds. He's leading his team in assists, a very versatile performer.
So, Greg Turner, what does Wichita State do to compensate?
Pull together as a team, as a unit. You must mesh together. And of course, you know, the Smithson Creed may play an important role today. Mental toughness times extra effort. That would be big if the Shockers were to come away with the victory this afternoon.
And how big does Jason Perez need to be?
1,000-point scorer already as a junior. He's a guy that can get you points a lot of different ways. Of course, he had a career high, 34, in a double overtime victory against the Bears earlier.
And Danny Moore is an outstanding scorer for Southwest Missouri State, one of the better players around.
Perhaps the best big man in the Valley. He's a guy that's also over 1,500 points in his career. He's a guy that starts things offensively and defensively. If you don't put a body on him, silky smooth turnaround jumper.
All right, Greg, let's get right to your Chrysler keys to the game.
Let's take a look at those keys right away for the Shockers. They need some easy transition buckets that will help their confidence attack more offensively and defensively. Double him on offense, go at him on defensive end. And of course, for Southwest Missouri State, execution of that inside-outside game from more to alt to more, and limit the scoring options. Only one proven scorer, and Jason Perez shut him down. You may have an opportunity to come away with a victory.
Each team with a league loss, and that one loss for Murray State, Greg, Saturday was a big one.
First time in 48 games. How will the Racers react? How will the crowd react? We don't know, but history tells us the last time a streak was stopped, it was by this very same team, Austin Peay. The next opponent for the Racers, Tennessee Tech. They beat them by 14.
Greg, what a rivalry this has become, and what a matchup we have tonight.
The bottom line is Murray State Racers are still the heavyweight champions of the OVC. Come into their building, you got to knock them out. You can't win by decision or a draw.
A nice move by Adonis Hart. And this is using the extended pivot is what I like to call it. Good post up, go baseline, show middle, 1, 2. He kept his pivot foot down and he just extended the step and made the bucket.
Here's another look at Burdine. He's been doing it all. Was this a foul, Greg? Come on.
Jolly did everything right, but he jumped into the defender, and it looks like Mike Stewart said, hey, the principle of verticality there applies. And Murray State comes up with the basketball. Nice 2-on-1 break, and that should get Paschal going. That's his first bucket of the game. Nice recognition by Burdine, feeding it off to him.
Well, far be it from me to go against the principle of verticality.
Well, nevertheless, I agree, Dave.
Now, you should be on my side in this argument, Greg, a former forward of the Auburn Tigers.
See Martin Skyhawks not willing to give up that outside. They want to pack it in the paint and not give up easy buckets. And there you see 4 defenders, 4 blue jerseys in the paint. And this is what you give up sometimes. You give up a big 3, and that one's by Tang Hamilton from Jackson, Mississippi. The 2-3 zone, Doug, that's where the weaknesses will be. The free throw line extended, and if you can break down and get inside that, you can kick it out, and that's exactly what Todd Miles did.
We don't have a real locker room out here, but let's make it an imaginary locker room. I want you to bring Murray State into that locker room. Tell me what you tell them at the half, trailing by 2.
Look at the last 2 minutes. What they did was they turned up the intensity. They did a little full court pressing on made free throws and made field goals. I expect to see some of that this second half because Southeast Missouri, they haven't proven that they can handle the press.
Let's head across the court to Greg Turner. Greg?
I'm here with Coach Luce. And Coach, it was a game of runs this first half. You were able to withstand the storm, so to speak, by the Racers, and you managed to find yourself up. How are you going to defend them in the second half?
Well, we're lucky, Greg. I'll tell you, we made way too many turnovers, and we were fortunate. You know, we want to gap Spencer a little bit and try to keep him from penetrating.
Good luck the second half, Coach.
Let's go across the court. Greg Turner standing by with the head coach of the Racers of Murray State.
Coach, it's been a first half of runs, first half of spurts. Your team playing well defensively, turning the ball over just a tad bit. How are you going to plan to get back in this ball game?
The thing we're not doing well is rebounding the ball. They got 7 offensive rebounds. We're not rebounding. We need to rebound the ball and take care of the ball and get good shots. We're not taking good shots the first half. First 10 minutes of the game, we didn't take good shots. Last 10 minutes of the first half, we took good shots. We got back into the game.
Is the tempo to your liking?
It is to my liking. We should win this game.
Best of luck the second half, Coach. Thanks, Dave. I'm here with one of the stars of tonight, Trenton Hassel. You had a great game, and it seems like you found something a little unusual about that defense for Southeast Missouri. They were unable to guard you inside. Was that planned, or did you just tell the coach, hey, we need to get it inside to me? They can't stop me inside.
No, coach said at halftime for us to pound the ball inside because they kind of short.
With the Golden Eagles coach, Jeff Lebo.
Coach Lebo, both teams shooting the lights out. Is this your pace?
Well, I think we've got a little bit better depth. They were coming off some games here. They played a bunch in a row, so Burdine's making some unbelievable shots. So both teams shooting well offensively. It's nice to see that in basketball today.
Well, good luck the second half, Coach.
Inside the Gym with Greg Turner, featuring players and coaches of the Ohio Valley Conference. Brought to you by Nautica Footwear, makers of Nautica Sport Technology.
Coach Garner, thanks for being with us.
Well, it's good to be here, Greg.
Coach Garner hails from West Plains, Missouri, and last year coming off a spectacular season, taking the Indians to a 20-win season, their most ever since becoming a Division I program, 15 conference wins. That's also the most by Southeast Missouri State University and the second most by any OVC team. Coach Garner, you certainly got the program going in the right direction.
Well, I sure hope so, Greg. I was very fortunate to be left with a couple of good players, and then they played hard and showed good leadership, so we had a good year last year.
And by all indications of that contract extension at the end of the year, you definitely got things moving in the right direction. And let's talk about your career, your accolades. I mean, you've been in the business over 30 years, and Coach, at one time you were the national coach of the